Thank you. You made a comment about you're okay with the next 10 years in terms of funding for the Navy. Well, I'm not. So what percentage of GDP are we spending in this budget?
I'd have to get back to you on the exact percentage.
Well, no, you shouldn't have to get back to me. You should know that. It's 3.1% of GDP. The last time we spent 3% below was in 1940, 1998, 1999, and 2000. In the next 5 years, according to the budget proposals of this administration, how many ships will there be in the Navy?
There'll be 52 ships that get built over the next fit-up.
How many will there be in the Navy?
In the Navy, there'll be approximately 280 ships.
Okay, how many are there now?
There are 300, approximately 300.
So we're going to go down in
298 to be
terms of
exact.
ships over the next 5 years. How many will there be in China?
That's correct, sir. And over the last 20 years, there was also a reduction of 20 ships, and in China, there will be a greater number of those. But what I would argue, it's just not the number of ships that matter. It's the modernization of those ships and the capability.
Here's what I would argue do.
Those ships bring to the
Here's
fight.
what I would argue do. In the next 5 years, our defense spending, particularly for the Navy, will be below 3% GDP, the lowest in modern history. So tell me why the world as it is would justify in the next 5 years reducing the number of ships and having the lowest percentage of GDP spent on defense in modern history. Start with you, General. Does that make sense to you, Berger?
Sir, I can't answer the second question about percentage of GDP, but I can answer the first part. Absolutely, we have to be able to do three things. We got to deter, we got to be able to respond to a crisis, and if deterrence doesn't work, we got to be able to fight.
So how are you okay with going to 280 ships in the Navy?
We have to have, I know the number of amphib ships we have to do the national defense strategy, and that's 31.
Okay, all I can say is I'm just astounded that China's going to be at 480 and we're going to be at 280. We're going backwards in terms of the size of the Navy. I just got back from Asia. Do you think we should have a bigger footprint west of the international date line, Admiral?
Absolutely, sir. Navy Marine Corps team's your best deterrent forward.
I couldn't agree with you more. When it comes to Asia, it's the Navy Marine Corps. The Air Force plays an important role. But, Mr. Chairman, this budget that's being proposed for this year and the next 5 years is incredibly dangerous. There's no way you'll ever convince me that going to about 2.6% of GDP on defense makes sense, given the threats we face. So you can say anything you want to about the magic ships of 280. We need more. We need a bigger Navy, not a smaller Navy. We need a robust military that can deter war, and if we get in one, win it. So all I can say to our friends in the Navy and the Marine Corps, this budget represents irresponsibility in my view in terms of what the threats are facing this nation and the ability of the Navy and Marine Corps over time to effectively manage these threats, deter, and win the war. I just don't understand what about this world in the next 5 years would justify going to the lowest percentage of GDP in modern history. Ms. Secretary, answer that question if you can.
Senator, first and foremost, thank you for your support of our Navy Marine Corps team. It really does mean a lot to us and on many different.
And y'all mean a lot to me.
Yes, sir. Again, I go back to what capability. I believe that we need the right capacity plus the right capability to deliver the right lethality.
Do we have enough ships?
Threat.
Do we have enough ships west of the international date line to deter China?
I think we do have enough ships west of the international date line today to deter China in the threat that presents.
I just literally got back, and the footprint I saw was just unbelievably shallow compared to the threats we face. So you're okay with this 5-year plan to go to a 280-ship Navy? You find that's okay?
I do support it, and actually our engagement, as I said in my opening statement, strengthening our partnerships with our allies and partners is increasingly important.
So what other navies are there going up? Is the European navies getting bigger? How many European ships do we have west of the international date line?
Last year we had 4 modern aircraft carriers operating together for the first time in history. China has never been able to replicate that ever.
Who were they?
So I'm sorry, sir, go ahead.
Who were the aircraft carriers?
It was the it was the Carl Vinson. We had the Izumo from Japan, and we had the Queen Elizabeth as well, too, and there was a second aircraft carrier, the Abraham Lincoln.
Okay. So where?
Ronald Reagan.
What's the trajectory of the Chinese Navy, Admiral?
Pretty steep, sir. So right now, they're at 350.
Would you say they're doing more than they've ever done to build a blue water navy?
Absolutely.
Would you say they're all in building a blue water navy?
Their aspirations to go well beyond the region, yes, sir.
General, they're all in trying to dominate Asia in terms of a military presence?
Concur, absolutely.
Okay, thank you. Well, we're not all in, and we need to be. To those who serve, it's not your fight. I'll wrap up here, Mr. Chairman. The number one job of this Congress, every Congress, is to defend the nation, and these budgets are woefully inadequate to the task. Our enemies are building up, and we're going down, and that is a formula for more war, not less. Thank you.